Hello there, welcome to the corner where we talk about anime, manga, and anything that really comes to mind. Stories, poetry, just anything that I really want to talk about at the time. So today we are talking about, in general, anime and manga. What makes a good anime and manga? What I consider a good manga in the end. There are a lot of stipulations when it really comes down to situations like this, but you must understand that most everything that does get said are my own opinions and what I feel are entertaining in the end. Most people may not agree, but it's not about you agreeing to it or not. I just want to put out my opinion out there on something I feel would be great. If you think about it, this is not an anime or manga. We can go to Game of Thrones. His storyline arc and everything like that really proves powerful when it comes to the art of storytelling. Killing off characters that you would think were going to be main characters, doing the great thing, not succeeding in the end, stuff like that. There's always some conflict happening in the storyline type of thing. There's not always a defined way to tell that story. So with that in mind, if we were to take that into anime pretenses, it would be something that you can literally continue making as time went on. Having conflict over conflict, killing off main characters, side characters, and so on and so forth, making it seem more in depth. Like a main character isn't always as OP as you may think. It may take another character just to finish off the storyline, or a character like that. Not all the time during animes do I feel that killing off a main character would be a good idea. But in some instances, there are things that need to happen. When it really comes down to it, thinking about it, I can go into Bleach easily. In the Arrancar arc, where Ichigo goes to Hueco Mundo and fights against Three, which I can never remember his name off the top of my head, never for some odd reason, and it really confused me. But he gets killed. He gets killed in that arc. He dies. The main character dies in the arc. But what happens? Yes, we already knew he was going to go into his Arrancar state. He was going to transform. It wasn't something that was not put up in the first place. There was foreshadowing of it. It was going to happen. But what ticks me off on that whole situation is they brought him back to life. Why would you bring him back to life? Yes, I understand he's the main character, but you killed him. You brought him into the Arrancar state. Full Arrancar, by the way. He was dead. He's dead. There was no way that you should have been able to bring him back to life. He should have, if anything, should have just taken over his Arrancar state and with his own physical determination, but not being able to turn back into a human being. That would have made more sense. He would not be able to turn back into a Soul Reaper or anything like that, just because of the fact that he is now dead. He is now an Arrancar. He died. A Soul Reaper, when they die, and then they get reincarnated as a human. So, what happens when a human dies? They die, and they could either stay and become a hollow, or get sent to the Soul Society to live a new life. To become that Soul Reaper, or do this, and this. It's a situation of life that flows. The same thing can happen when it comes down to Rancars and Hollows, but most of the time those creatures are being sent to hell for letting their animalistic instincts take over, which actually didn't make sense to me in the end. But there is a situational life that goes on there, and that's one thing that ticked me off about that part of the series when it came to Bleach. They killed him. He shouldn't have come back. He should have stayed that hollow. There was no way he should have been able to be revived by that. That made it seem like his sword had the ability to revive himself as well. But I guess it really doesn't matter on that point of perspective. But as we can continue on with the whole Bleach arc, and yes, towards this part, I know the creator had pretty much given up on his creation. It was obvious, but the whole situation at hand is he started killing off characters. I wanted to read more because he started killing off main side characters. He kept killing them off. I'm like, yeah, finally some actual things that are actually happening, a change in the structure of the story. To come to find out, 50 chapters later, oh, they're back, by the way. Yeah, the scientists revived them pretty much, and they're back on the field. Okay. So, my thought of a good anime or manga would probably come down to a few details. The death of main side characters. It doesn't have to be the main character, but main side characters can prove a powerful story arc, if anything. It can prove to be a changing event in a main character's life. Oh my god, they died. I wasn't strong enough to protect these guys at all. They're dead. I need to become stronger. I need to be able to protect my friends and family. I need to be able to protect these guys. If I can't protect them, then what good am I? It develops a character a lot further than you may think. On top of that, One Piece is a good example of this. During the arc before the 2-year gap, Luffy experiences something that he thought was real. His friends, he thought, were dying left and right. They were evaporating. They were getting killed. You can tell by the anger on his face. You can tell what happened in the end. It was a life-changing event for him. It changed his outlook completely by that point in time. He knew that he needed to change. He knew he needed to get stronger. He knew that he couldn't let this happen ever again. Before he was poofed off into the distance and realized all of his friends were safe. But either way, in that moment in time, he realized what he had to do. So when it came down to trying to get back together with his friends and stuff, and not actually doing so, instead of trying to save his brother, and his brother dying in front of him, which was an amazing point of the story. The death of the side main character really did force him to change. Force him to realize, I need training. I need to get stronger. I need to push myself harder. It just goes to show you that a death in an anime, no matter how minor or major it is, can make a better storyline in the end. And I've already gone over my whole thoughts on One Piece in the first place, too elongated, but it's not that I don't like the anime. It's that I don't like what they do every so often, and stretch it out. There's always a perfect flow when it comes down to it, whether it's too slow, too fast. There's a happy medium in there somewhere. You can tell through more diligence, more experience, writes, animators and stuff, that they can form an anime a lot better, and put a lot more storyline into the anime, trusting their viewer to understand what's going on. That's one other thing when it comes down to a good anime is when you have a animator that understands his audience a lot better than anything else and doesn't treat them like fools. There's a lot of situations where that's happened and irritated me. Hunter x Hunter was one of them. The arc with the bugs, I can't remember these arcs names real well because it's been a while since I've watched them. But, towards the end of that whole arc, it was all narrated like you didn't understand what was going on, so they had to tell you. They had to tell you what was going on, exactly what was going on. No, I couldn't tell he was angry at what just happened. No, his angry face didn't tell me a thing. Oh my god, perfect example of an artist, a story writer not trusting their audience to be smart enough to understand what's going on. Honestly, it's the main reason I stopped watching Hunter x Hunter is because of that piece right there. It was obvious he didn't want the adult people watching this. He only cared that the stupid or the children were watching this anime, even though there's a lot of sexualization in that anime in the first place. It's just one thing after another when it came down to it. But Hunter x Hunter had that moment where you're just like, okay, I understand. Can you shut up now? Just let me watch. I don't need you to narrate what's going on. If I wanted you to narrate, I would have read it. I can understand that being part of your storyline or something like that, but it does not help me at all. I just feel like you treat me like I'm stupid, and so on and so forth. So, now that we have a good guideline of what would be a good anime, death of main or side characters, an evolution of the main character and personality and way they react towards situations. A understanding what can be too long or too short, not enough information or just too much information. A situation where an understanding of, hey, my audience is not dumb and they'll understand what's going on. To overdoing things, treating your audience like they're stupid. Even a relationship with a main character and a side character is a big point in perspective as well. You always have this love interest, this love thing going on, and then ends up being a love triangle, and so on and so forth. But they never actually show a situation where the character actually gets in a relationship and shows an interest in the sex that he's going for. I think they purposely leave this out for fan art, for fandom and stuff like that, so that people will in turn try to create parodies and stuff like that about the whole situation at hand. But they should at least show more of the complications of having this situation in the first place. Yes, I understand free advertisement, free stuff like that if people are trying to make fan art about this character game with this guy or this girl, but they can do that either way when it really comes down to it. In the end, it'd just be a picture of him dumping the girl to go for that. Oh, sorry, I actually like guys, or oh, sorry, I think she's better type of thing. And that would make the character look kind of stupid or an asshole-ish, but excuse my language, but you know, it's just something that comes to mind. So, I have viewed animes that have had these criterias in them, and I've enjoyed them. They've been really good ones, but they've been really short as well. There can be a lot of development and when it comes to conflict. Actually, you have more development when it comes to conflict than it comes to a happy ending. You want a happy ending, then end your series quickly. You want a happy ending in the end either way, put conflict throughout the story, and then hit that happy ending point where he finally gets what he has, he finally gets what he wants coming to him. It just seems more practical to think of it as a conflict and not I can figure out what's going to happen after this point. Oh, they're not going to kill him off. There's like 500 more episodes to go. They can't kill him off. There's too many episodes, so they're obviously going to keep him alive. So, but how does he stay alive? I wonder. It doesn't matter. He's alive. He's still alive. If they killed him off, and there's 500 more episodes, you're like, wait, what's going on? who's going to take over type of situation. You get more. I think you get more involved in an anime or manga if that was the case. It's more of a what's actually going to happen, and you're not always expecting the expected. You're expecting. You're trying to expect the unexpected at that point, and that's when you hit a good perspective because you got your audience engaged in what's going to happen next. Anyways, I think I've talked long enough about this stuff, so until the next video, like I said, I'm not too sure what I'm going to be doing. I had just woken up not too long ago in the first place, as stated from the last video. I have done a few of these in a row just because of the fact I'm trying to either upload these daily or thinking about uploading them weekly, depending on what happens. But I will be getting to editing sooner or later, just to make cuts and changes in some videos. I'm going to be doing some Let's Plays after a while, and those Let's Plays will need to be edited at some point, or I can just do a raw video. I'm not too sure yet. You guys can comment, let me know what you think. But other than that, yeah. Other than that, we will be heading into the next video after this. So, thank you for watching, and have a fun day.